Ladies, it's time for Richardo.
Have you ever heard of the lost SpongeBob episode from season 1? It was aired at 2 in the morning. Sandy's rocket was going to air at 1 p.m. for the first time, but it never did. Instead they were supposed to show a repeat of Jellyfish Jam at 1 p.m. But, at 1 p.m. viewers were shown a half-hour message saying that they decided to air Sandy's rocket at 2 a.m. What viewers were shown was not Sandy's rocket but something much more disturbing. Viewers report seeing an episode that they could not believe Nicktoons would air. They said it started out with a title card saying SpongeBob's Bad Day. Then, it cut to SpongeBob walking to the tree dome but he looked depressed. Then it cut to a few frames of SpongeBob with no eyeballs. Also, there was no opening theme song but instead a picture of SpongeBob crying. When SpongeBob got to the tree dome, the audio was muffled and you could not make out what SpongeBob was saying. And he saw Sandy covered in blood, dead, a mangled cut-up corpse on the ground, her eyes rolled into the back of her head. SpongeBob was crying louder this time, and strangely SpongeBob was not wearing his water helmet he usually wears to go to the tree dome. Then, it cut to static and crying sounds for a minute or so, and viewers were shown a couple of grotesque pictures of SpongeBob that they can't even describe how scary they were. Then it cut to SpongeBob, his head cocked back and one of his eyeballs hanging out of his head and his other one with a red pupil. Then they said they heard crying so realistic that it sounded like it was coming from their house. Then it cut to static again for a minute and it cut back to SpongeBob. This time, he was in a room with dead bodies by him and they were real dead people, not cartoon people, and then the screen turned red and you could hear "Join Us in Hell," and then it showed an early version of SpongeBob and creepy music played in the background. It showed SpongeBob's house. It was on fire and blood was going down the walls, and the screen said, "I will find you and hunt you down." Also, what was strange was that Patrick and Squidward's houses were not there, but, instead big holes with fire coming out of them were where their houses used to be. Then, the screen flashed 666 and it cut to a picture of SpongeBob with blood coming out of his holes in his body, and then the screen turned grey and it showed a picture of Patrick with a gun. Then the episode was over and the viewer heard a gunshot. Only 500 people were known to have viewed this episode and 200 of them were found dead, and the other 300 had trauma issues, and got sent to an insane ward because they claimed the sponge is trying to kill me, and only one person got out of the insane asylum and told me this tale. He said he doesn't have much time to live, so to tell other people about this tale as his dying wish. He was found dead 10 days later.